I'm glad to see Aggie BQ is back on YouTube. We didn't see her for probably a couple of weeks. I understand her father was involved in a rather bad car accident, but he wasn't injured too bad. He was injured badly, but he's going to recover. So I'm glad to see Aggie back on the tube. Also, I think I'll take this opportunity and take a page out of her book and answer a few questions that people have asked me. One of them is, how did I get my screen name? Well, I could just say I made it up, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. When I was about 14, my brother and sister are quite a bit younger than me, as I've mentioned. I was born in 1971. They were born in 1980 and 82. December of 80 and February of 82. So they're really only a year and a couple months apart. Well, to make a long story short, as a result, I'm quite a bit older than them. I was probably 14 at the time, and my father bought topsoil to fill in some craters in the yard. And of course, my name being Phil is in short for Philip, I was always called Phil. And so when my dad was on his way to work, he said, after school today, I want you to fill the holes. And my bratty little brother, and my giggly little sister, as I was putting the topsoil in the craters in the yard, they kept saying, Phil, fill the holes. Phil, fill the holes. And the name caught on. That happened about 1985. That was a long story for a rather stupid punchline, wasn't it? But that really did happen like that. The other thing is, somebody asked if I enjoy being a third shift worker. No, I really don't. I'd really rather be on first shift. But that's not going to happen for me anytime soon, because I have just enough status where I know how to do most of the things that a senior member of a crew can do, and yet I don't have enough seniority to bump somebody with the same status on a first or second shift, so I probably wouldn't want second shift. That would probably be worse, because then you go to work at 3 and you work till midnight. No, I like it better actually to go midnight to 7 than I would, or 11 to 7 than it would to go 3 to midnight. And I really would like the daytime shift, but that's not going to happen, at least not anytime soon. And probably a good 3 years before I could even put in for that. So that's what's going on. There's some other people say, well, how come you have such wild hair? Well, it was actually much wilder at one time. I think I showed a picture on a couple other blogs that it was well past my shoulders. I have to strategically pick pictures because I wouldn't want to put somebody's picture on YouTube if I didn't have their consent. So I had to block out anyone who was in the background and just print the picture of myself. But anyway, so those are a couple of questions that I can answer tonight.